You get a lot of people, though, who are calling you that, you know, I don't agree with the tax man, it's wrong, they're hounding me, they've frozen my bank account, they're whatever. Do people call you for problems like that?
Yes, they do. And we can often help them. But sometimes people, this self-help thing is awful. Or if they put it in the hands of an accountant who hasn't got the time to deal with it or the expertise to deal with it, what they should do is come to us at the front end. Because then what we can do is we can put a stick in the spokes of the agency by filing a notice of objection. Then we can work on whether or not their problem is soluble. Like he came at the tail end. There may be something that can be done to help him, but it's a lot less than we could have done.
Well, tell us about this. So had he come and you'd filed the notice of objection, then how would that have helped him? What benefits would Les have immediately realized by having that notice
we would
of
have had an
objection?
analysis of the figures, for one. On one hand, also we probably would have incorporated in all this, because you can do this at the same time, an application for some equitable relief for less, and that's exactly.
And do you want to explain what that is? What's equitable relief?
Well, what we want to achieve there is we want to set up, because we're treating it as a legal matter, we want to set up the facts in an application supported by affidavit materials right from the beginning, so that if we have to go to second review because we didn't get satisfactory results, and if we have to go all the way up to the federal court on judicial review, then it's set up from the beginning that way. Often we inherit situations where we have, for instance, the taxpayer just sent a letter in saying, I'm applying for some fairness because it was in the accountant's hands and I didn't know what I was doing. It's set up in a way that's haphazard. The facts are spotty. There's no supporting evidence from third parties. Or the accountant just simply sent a letter himself. Again, it's hearsay. My client said to me the following.
So
how do you believe that?
You're in a position using legal channels to step in on the taxpayer's behalf and use whatever means is legally available to perhaps, temporarily suspend the collection action or give him time to appeal the case, or, you know,
the notice of objection will suspend the collection action except in the case of GST. Now, he's dealing with GST because those are trust monies. So that wouldn't suspend it, but it could slow it down a bit in the sense that we would be able to say to the collection people, look, he's got a valid defense. We're going to also help him organize the portion that we believe is payable to the government to pay that portion. So
because that's what he said. He just said, I understand there's a mistake, I don't agree, but just let me pay it off.
But to get back to the temporary relief, if we're able to demonstrate, after we do a monthly budget of him, all right? Yeah. He goes through and he says what he spends and for car payments, for mortgage payments, and we're able to demonstrate that this is temporary, we may be able to suspend all the collection action. All right, that's discretionary, and again, that's subject to appeal also.
So that gives him time to catch his breath.
Otherwise, the argument we make is that you're purposely driving this man into the ground.
It sounds like
nobody bothered to make these arguments for him. Right?
Yeah.
There's another section in the Income Tax Act where they have complete discretion. They can even forgive not only interest and penalties, but they can even forgive taxes if they wanted to. It's extremely rare, and they're not open to that. But if the argument is made in a way that's organized and legal and referring to the Income Tax Act, if you bring it up to second review again, which is an appeal, and all the way up to judicial review, then the judge can say, why are you exercising your discretion in this way when the circumstances seem so clear that this man needs relief? He wants to pay his taxes.